reading for you for the full moon in Gemini Aries. I feel like there's a space here where you could have gotten very used to certain friendships, certain relationships here up to this point who have surrounding you. I feel like there's been a lot of people that have almost been enamored by your energy, the things that you're saying here, and I feel like that could have brought like a lot of attention, a lot of friendships, a lot of new bonds here, and I feel like it was a space where you really got used to it, right? First out we have fun. Yeah, like these have been very like fun, energetic things, places, people, like people that have almost been surrounding you here as well, right? Moving forward, especially with this woman in Gemini, I feel like there's a space here where they're just not around like they used to be. They're not around doing the same things. Like I feel like there's been very much a separation here in order involving your like surroundings, right? I feel like there's been very much a space here where it's time for you really to connect with yourself, connect with what it is that you're trying to do here as well. I feel like you've almost been like you've been out like doing all these things, having all this fun, but I feel like there's a space here where you've almost been neglecting yourself. You haven't been getting as much sleep, you haven't been stretching, you haven't been moving your body like you should, and I feel like there's this space here where you're almost like starting to feel it, and I feel like it's yes, it's been fun, it's been enjoyable, but I feel like it's very much been a drain for you, right? And I don't feel like it's these people. I just feel like you've just been doing too much. Like you've been going out and partying, you've been going out and having dates, hanging out with friends, like doing a lot of things here that you don't normally do for yourself, like things that you haven't been used to. And I feel like there's a space here where it's time for you really to connect with yourself, what it is you're trying to do. And the more that you're doing that, like I feel like it's almost like causing chaos, like an unbalance within yourself, an unbalance like energy, like, and you're feeling it within yourself, right? It's time for you really to start connecting, right? You could be dealing with the Queen of Cups, right? I feel like it's very much a space within your own energy, within your own emotions here that have almost been like unsettling here for you, right? You haven't been, I feel like there's been very like a toxic emotional energy here that you've really been working through for yourself, involving like, I feel like it's, I feel like there's a space and energy here where involving a relationship, involving partnerships, involving like it could just be a crush, right? And I feel like there's been a lot of things that have almost been like working against this energy, preventing you really from connecting with it, like sharing your emotions, showing up how you're really wanting to for yourself and for this other person. It's definitely been very much a passionate energy. I don't feel like it's necessarily love. I feel like it's very much like a lusty energy. And I don't think that you've been sharing, good morning. Yeah, good morning. I feel like there's been very much like a passionate space. Once again, I feel like this is very much lusty, right? You're having some realizations like, hey, this isn't true love. Like this is almost an illusion. This is almost like a fantasy that you've been living in. And I feel like it's been causing a lot of frustration and chaos within yourself, right? Oh, thank you guys for liking so much. Yes, moving forward, involving a love situation, a love relationship, something that's very passionate, very intimate here, you're going to take your time so you can really figure out like how you're really feeling about this person, what it is you're really investing yourself in, right? I feel like there's been a bit like, check where your Venus is at. Like you may have like a Venus in Aries, something like that here. There's very much been a space where you haven't been taking your time, and I feel like there's good morning, thank you. I feel like there's very much a space where you've almost been giving your power away to the wrong people, because I feel like you are misinterpreting your feelings. I feel like there's very much an empathetic space here. Within certain, there's like you're feeling their emotions, and I feel like that's almost trapping you, and I feel like it's weakening you here as well. The more that you're taking your time, the more that you're really allowing yourself to shine and stand up like correctly in these situations, know your feelings and how separate they are from somebody else's, the more it's gonna be more beneficial for you. I just saw 406, right? And then we have the 4 of Cups. Yeah, there's going to be a space here where you're really having to separate yourself from certain people, certain energies. And I feel like it's been causing a lot of frustration. It's been causing a lot of like sadness because things have not been like working out how you're wanting them to here as well. Hey, good morning. Yeah, moving forward, I feel like there's going to be a space here where you're really processing these sad emotions. You're processing why you're feeling these ways. And the more that you're doing that and really connecting with this almost like darker part of you as to like why you're sad about these certain situations, I feel like it's almost pushing a reunion here a lot closer to you, right? Yeah, and we have the Ten of Cups. If you allow this reunion, if you're allowing yourself to really like work through these emotions, really feel what it is you're feeling, there's going to be a space here where a reunion's coming in. I feel like it's definitely a partnership here, where you're truly able to like share your emotions with one another. This is bringing in ultimate happiness, ultimate forgiveness here, and the more that you're doing that, like the happier you're going to be, right? And we have the Three of Cups. Once again, there's a huge reunion that's coming in for you. We have the Three of Cups with the Lovers and the Ten of Cups. This is very much an energy here that you've definitely been intertwined with. Very much an intimate space. Very much yin and yang energy here as well. There's true care. There's true emotion. I feel like the situation could have ended because there was a lot of like retaliation, like hurt energy. Like they did something wrong, so you did something wrong. And I feel like it was very much, it turned something so beautiful turned into something so toxic here. Once you're having like, I feel like it's like in thunderstorms and stuff, like I feel like there's a tree here and I feel like it's rooted, right? And I feel like there was a situation here where the situation really wasn't rooted in the way that it should have been to properly prosper. And I feel like you're having some understanding about that here as well, right? This was something that was very like back and forth, very shaky. But keep in mind, if you're connected at the root, right? Like this could be involving a Queen of Swords here as well. If you're connected at the root, like nothing can come in and like tear down what it is that you have been building here as well, right? Like keep that in mind. I feel like there's going to be a time here where you're really sitting with yourself and like going over like what has happened up to this point, right? I don't feel like you're doing it so much in an emotional space like you could have in the past, right? There's a space here where I feel like you couldn't really go towards these feelings and emotions because you were too emotional about it. Moving forward, I feel like you're going to look at the situation in like a matter-of-fact way. Like you're going to understand like why things have happened. Like I feel like you're analyzing the situation without being so attached to the feelings as to like why things could have worked out in the way they did, right? Yeah, and then we have the Magician. Once you kind of sit with yourself, once you have a deeper understanding, I feel like that's pushing you into a space here where you're really manifesting love, peace, joy, forgiveness, understanding here. The more that you're doing this, the more it's bringing you closer to what it is you're trying to do here, right? We have the Magician and the Five of Pentacles. In order for you to get the situation here, I'm seeing blood magic here for some reason. With the cut on her hand, right? And then with this over here. I feel like there's been a situation here that you have been wanting to grow. You have been wanting to prosper. But I feel like there's been several different things that have almost like been connected to you that have been preventing you from moving forward. I feel like there's going to be a space here where you're really having to separate yourself, leave things behind that are no longer for you. We have two fives. It's very much a chaos, confusion energy, right? We have the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups here. I feel like it's definitely involving a love situation. I feel like there's definitely been some like huge separations, rifts involving this. And I feel like it's caused a lot of sadness for you. It's caused a lot of uncomfortability, right? Like there's been a space here where the reason why these things ended was once again because of how you were manifesting them, right? Like I feel like there was a space here where you were very attached to the situation, and I feel like you were like pulling up a lot of negative toxic things about yourself, a lot of worries and fears that you didn't need to worry and have the fear about. Like, and once you have some understanding, like, hey, the reason why things didn't transpire how you wanted them to was because you were so busy like talking to yourself so negatively. You could have been talking to family, you could have been talking to friends about how awful this person was, right? And then we have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, once again, you're finding out the truth as to like why these things have been playing out in this manner. It's how you're thinking about them. It's how you're feeling about them. It's how you're speaking about them. And once you connect all of these things, what does that create? Your manifestation power. So if you're busy thinking like so negatively, doing things in such a negative manner, these things are going to continue to happen for you, right? We have the Nine of Wands and the World card. Anything that's been hurting you up to this point, it's coming to an end. Anything that's been up against you, trying to block you, trying to tear you down, it's coming to an end, and you're having some realizations about that, right? Like once again, I feel like there's been a lot of like trauma card. It's all coming to an end. Like once you see the truth, once you have some understanding, I feel like you're forgiving yourself, you're forgiving the situation, and you're forgiving this other person. And I feel like that's bringing in so much more love into your life, right? I feel like it could be creating a marriage here as well. Yeah. Moving forward, you're going to start pouring your focus. You're in, like, look how focused she is on this pinnacle here as well, right? You're realizing like this is a seed. Whatever you're putting your focus into and trying to grow, like these things are going to come to be. So moving forward, you're only going to put love energy. You're only going to put like satisfaction, enjoyment, happiness, like peace into certain things. Like you're not like, you are the one who is helping grow this, plant, right? Like if you're nurturing it with the positive energy, like the love energy here that's necessary, it has nothing left to do but prosper. But if you're busy like pouring like hurt feelings, past traumas into a situation, that's what you're going to continue to get, right? Like the only person that can change these outcomes in these situations is you and what you're focusing on here as well, right? All right, guys, let's get one card out for how you can heal this energy. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for subscribing. And I hope y'all will have a wonderful day today. All right, one card. It says, organize for success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts and your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps, right? Like once again, whatever you're pouring your focus on is how it's gonna like come about. Like you're planning it, right? Realize how strong your magicianal powers are here, right? All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful